Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Ingoko.
The conversation.
And you're once again joined by your host, Siseko Mawe.
And Apum Twago.
And we apologize for being away for a few weeks, but a lot has happened.
It's been known to happen, but we're back and we're happy to bring you another episode.
Of course. So, since we are very close to each other, we're both Geminis.
We are. That's
My
a fact.
birthday, the 28th of May, and yours?
11th of June.
How was your birthday?
My birthday was epic. I spent most of it by myself. I got up, got my hair done, and then I had a nail appointment, so I had treatments done. And then I went out for dinner, and then these people who were like sitting next to my table, we started a conversation, and I was like, okay, it's my birthday. And they're like, oh, let's take birthday shots. And they bought like alcohol, but I don't drink. So I got a non-alcoholic beer and I celebrated with them. It was nice. And they paid for my dinner.
Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah, it's nice being a pretty face. So they paid for my dinner, and then I moved later on to another place in town called Asoka. It's very nice. And I was joined by a friend, and we had drinks, and then we moved to another. So I basically went from place to place. But my last location was Cubana Foreshore, which typically it wouldn't be my go-to, but it was a Wednesday.
Yes.
So it was very relaxed, very chilled, more of an adult crowd. People were having dinner. Well, not dinner. I don't know what you call eating after midnight, but that's what they were doing, breakfast. And yeah, it was really, really nice. I got to spend time with my friend. You know my friend, Uzod. I was with her, yeah.
Yes.
And again, other people decided that they wanted to buy us drinks, which is cute. And we just rode that wave. And I got home at 5:30 a.m.
Isn't that the best, though? When people are just feeding into your vibe.
Yeah, I remember the first time I celebrated my birthday with my friend, we ended up on the beach in Camps Bay. It was very interesting. So we were like, let's not do that. When the place closed, because we stayed at the place until it was closing, which was like 4 a.m. And yeah, then we got a ride home. It was really nice. I really enjoyed myself.
I'm glad. Oh, before I delve into my birthday shenanigans.
I really want to know what happened on your birthday, because you just disappeared. You just went away. I tried to text you. There was no response. I was like, what?
There were a lot of things that happened, and it had to do with my phone not working for 2 days. Then, like, it was spotty connectivity.
No.
Yeah, but we'll delve into that a bit later. I think it would be prudent to inform our listeners of our change in location.
Right.
We used to record at my house in Woodstock, and today we're recording at Dweber Art Gallery and Cafe.
Which is your workplace.
Which is my workplace. I have now moved in as adjunct curator for this space.
Okay.
And I think it ought to be very clear that our opinions and conversation are in no way a reflection or supported by Dweber Art Gallery and Cafe.
Just that disclaimer.
But moving on to my birthday was actually very sweet and very quiet. Because, I flew up to Joburg to be with my spouse as she's moved there. I was supposed to move with her, but things changed.
Right.
And we started off the morning with coffee and a quiet moment together. And I visited the Museum of Illusions at Rosebank Mall. And it was quite an interesting trip because even though your brain is being tricked, I'm very stubborn, so I tried to make sure that I could not. Like, there was this swirling tunnel that rotates, and you feel like it was my favorite one.
Right.
Because I was like, which way am I going? Am I going straight? And you're stumbling, and they have handrails, and it was absolutely epic. And then afterwards, we had lunch. We had a little fight. I think we'd been looking for a fight because we hadn't fought in quite some time.
That's cute.
But and then we watched a movie, and that was, I can't remember which one we watched first. I think it was Final Destination it was Thunderbirds.
Okay.
So Thunderbirds is a Marvel movie, and it just follows these ex-criminals, ex-mercenaries, and their sort of rise to superhero-dom.
So us, basically.
Exactly. Yes, we were villains, weren't we?
Damn, like we used to break so many rules. We still do. I had this other guy. He works in law enforcement, and he was like trying to get with me. And I was thinking to myself, I can't be involved with a law person. Like, I really can't. Like, I'm out here breaking these rules, and I couldn't. Anyway, he wasn't really what I'm kind of into, which we'll get into some
Ooh.
other time. Yeah, your birthday sounds like it was nice with your spouse.
Yeah, and of course, now with this new role, So, for example, I never considered myself a curator. I never considered that I would become a curator. And so I think of myself as an artistic collaborator. And
Right.
even now, my boss is still trying to break me out. Well, she's managing to break me out of some unhealthy habits because
Okay.
it is very strange to go from a very intense workspace into one that is still intense and still busy, but is quite healthy.
Right. That's nice.
And so I'm still dealing with like those hiccups of considering, actually I am a human being. And so the humanity of it is something that I really enjoy, and just meeting artists and getting to know them, understanding their process, helping them, guiding them, and also just thinking about how the space can evolve.
So I've started writing again.
Yes, you are a good writer.
I started writing again, and just as a means to, because I obviously don't work in my career field at the moment, but while I'm doing that, I'm like, why can't I just express myself? And I've had this thing where I will write, and then the things I write happen. And it really freaks me out. So I have to be very careful about what I put down. So I write more like a reflective kind of, like I write about the past. I try not to prophesy. Because it really bothers me that it's okay, like I am addicted to planning, so it's just me writing down my plans and them actually happening, and that's a good thing.
Yes.
But when I'm just speculating about the future and then things start to unfold, it really it makes me feel like I'm responsible.
Yeah, but that's the power of manifestation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because essentially you think you're just speculating about the future, but your brain is already planning and plotting.
Your brain is like, okay, you want that? Let's find a way for you to get that. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready, but yeah. So coming into understanding that about myself has been very, very interesting. And I'm not saying it to sound like I'm like woo woo or anything like that, but like it's something I've noticed. And yeah, that's why I think that's part of the reason why I love planning so much, like putting pen to paper, putting my plans down and being like, okay, 2025, this is what I want to achieve. But not in a way that's like New Year's resolutions-y, but more like I am putting a plan in motion because these are the steps I'm willing to take to get to that place. So you went away for your birthday. I'm going away for my birthday weekend. I really don't want to get into it. I'm really excited though.
Yes, where are you? Fine then, if you don't want to get into it, where are you going?
I'm going to Durban.
Yes.
And I'm going to be with people.
And what are your plans for Durban?
They involve breaking the laws.
Breaking the law? No
I'm
such
joking.
thing.
My plan is to just, I don't know. Do I have a plan? I have been told that all I have to do is just show up. So I've been sent an entire itinerary of things that we're going to do, and it's all
An itinerary?
Yes.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
No, I used to draft itineraries. I used to execute them. So I know how much work goes into an itinerary.
Yeah, but like now we live in the age of AI. He could have just like prompted AI to like, it's fine. But anyway, it's a whole thing. But in any case, it's all very sweet. And when I was like, oh, what about if we did this? And I was told, it's okay, I'll handle it, just show up. And I was like, So I don't know. I'm excited. I don't know what to expect. Should I be having expectations? Maybe not.
It's only human.
Only human, right?
But it's about temporary.
But I don't want to talk about it. It's making me nervous.
Okay, fine.
I will have a lot to talk about. I hopefully will have a lot to talk about when I get back.
So what have you been up to since we last saw each other?
Pretty much. Wait, when did we last see each other? We went for lunch.
We went for lunch.
Oh, and yeah.
We went for lunch and then we went out with friends
Oh,
where
yeah,
we went to dancing.
Yeah. Okay, so Oh, okay. So I was invited to a housewarming. I went to that at my friend's housewarming. It was really nice. Got to like chill with like different people and chat. Like I've just been mostly indoors, but I will take the opportunity to go out because it's not yet properly winter in Cape Town. So it's not as cold and wet and unbearable. Like you can still have a good time. And obviously, like with my birthday having been on the cards, I was like, I want to do something on the day, but it's quite tricky pinning people down on a weekday because it's touch and go. But yeah, I've just been chilling. Work has been a big part of it. Planning this trip has been a big part of it. Because I wanted to travel a little bit this year. I wanted to go and see a new place. My initial plan was to go to Lesotho. It was going to be a solo trip. But then this was easier.
Because everything is planned.
Yeah, because this is like a team effort. Well, not so much a team effort, but yeah, I am super excited. Can't think of anything else.
And that's a good thing, I think on my end, it's just been ridiculously busy, not necessarily just because of work, but I moved out of my house, which we're renting now.
What was that like?
It was kind of sad, but it is what it is, at the end of the day.
So this is like a catch-up?
This is a catch-up.
Okay.
So moving out of the house, going back home with my mother.
Oh, wow.
But that's been really lovely because, she's very hands-on, and especially now during winter when the depression begins to set in, it's been really helpful to have somebody who understands me and just there to help.
I think this was the logical step because you're so used to having your partner around that like dealing with all of that on your own, it's not healthy. I commend you for making the decision to move back home because you need to be surrounded by loved ones.
Yeah.
That's why I still live at home. I'm not capable of being by myself right now. I don't think I can do it. I want to. I think by next year I'll probably like move out. But we'll see how it goes. My dad's also away for the week. He's gone to the Eastern Cape to visit his wife, which is my mom, which is kind of weird that I say his wife and not my mom.
Well, when kids are grown up, it's my wife before my kids.
Yeah, bruh. So he's going to visit them. He's going to spend Father's Day there. Father's Day is coming up.
Is it?
Yes.
When?
On the 15th of June.
This coming Sunday?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, my dad and I have a complicated relationship. He doesn't wish me a happy birthday. I don't wish him a happy birthday. I don't wish him happy Father's Day.
I had a weird relationship with my dad as well before. I don't think I've clarified this. I've had in my lifetime a number of dads. There's my stepdad, who I love very dearly and treat as like my own father, which works out for me because I've known him all my life. And then there was my father, who was my biological dad, who I also loved very deeply during his lifetime, who has since passed away, and that's okay. I'm not sad about it anymore. But yeah, I'm glad he's going to be with the rest of his family over Father's Day because
Your family.
Well, yes, of course, the rest of my family. For Father's Day and just to be in that more loving, because I'm not the most open kind of person.
Yeah.
And I don't think he would be spending that day with me anyway because I'm not fun to 56-year-olds because I don't like feelings that much.
But that's the thing, sometimes. I mean, feelings are essentially estimations of responses or reactions, right?
Feelings, although positive indicators, most of them, they are unquantifiable. So we can't rely on feelings, It's good when we talk about your instincts.
Yeah. But also it's important to recognize what you're feeling, process it, go through it, because then you begin to know yourself a bit better. I.e., in this situation, I react like this, I can think about it, is it the appropriate one? And also, sometimes you have to not necessarily put them aside, but you can actually focus on what needs to be done outside of them or besides them.
So I do a lot of that. It's a lot of negotiation
Yeah.
with my feeling space and my doing space. I put a lot of things away in that department. I put a lot of things away, and then there are moments where I'm like, this is the time for me to really sit with my feelings. And that's why I enjoy being alone a lot of the time, because I get to take stock, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not always in the space to be expressive, because most of the feelings that we feel are uncomfortable. And when you're like me, with a mood disorder, it can really mean, you know, the difference between a very good day or a very bad day. So I do take the time to work on my feelings about something, but then it also comes back to me spending lots of time alone, so I don't really expose myself, you know. And when I do, like with my birthday, like there was this guy who kept coming to our table, and he was really bothering my friend, and I was just like, I didn't get it. I was just like, he's obviously just been drinking.
Yeah.
And you know, and I remember when I was drinking, I used to get irritated very easily. So I was sober, and I was like, I could understand, oh, this guy is basically like this, but my friend was just like not having it. She was like, what are you doing at our table?
Good for her.
Yeah, but like all of the things that I would normally be feeling were like just kind of like numbed to the fact that I could understand what is going on without being affected. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I had to be like, my friend, like, yeah, can you please just explain to me what you're feeling, like what's going on? And then she put it down. She's like, oh, this guy is doing this, and you know, and I was like, oh, okay, I really understand. But in the same way, like when I used to drink, I used to become very like defensive and like, you know, and anxious and all of the not so good feelings. But like now I can kind of like I said, negotiate with my feelings.
So negotiating your feelings?
Yeah, it's a big part of like self-regulation and coming into myself and being 29. Come on.
Oh, I forgot about that.
We are 29. We can't be flying off the handle anymore.
Yes, we can.
No, it's
no,
not.
we can't.
It's unbecoming.
It's unbecoming.
It's unbecoming. It's not cute, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like my birthday was very adult. Like I went and did my nails. I went to dinner. I went for drinks. I went for drinks. Oh my God. So I tried this drink, this beverage. It's 0%.
Yeah.
But it's like 170 Rand a pop.
Excuse me?
I'm telling you, I was like, 170 Rand. Like, come on. But I wasn't paying for these drinks, so I ordered it twice.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Basically, you're telling me like 6 drinks or 7 drinks down the line, it's 1,000 Rand. Like, are you confused?
Carry pack was 170. Carry pack is Savannah. Full. And I bought one of these things, and I was having such a good time. And because the waitress was like, what are you having? And I was like, oh, I don't drink. And she was like, oh yeah, we've got options. We've got mocktails. And you know how mocktails are so overpriced. Like the difference is like 5 Rand between like the virgin and the classic, I guess. And I was like, yeah, take me through the options. And she was like, yeah, we've got this and this. And I was like, okay, that sounds nice. How much is it? She was like, 175. I started laughing. I laughed in this woman's face. Because what do you mean I must pay a carry pack price for one pop of this thing?
No,
Get out of
but
here.
that's the interesting thing, right? Like, you had that particular revelation about the overpricedness of certain goods. And when I was in Joburg, you know, people always say Joburg is happening, it's a great place to be. I did not have that experience.
You did not have a good time.
Not saying that it's not a good city, but it's not a good city for me.
Right. Okay, so I have been, you know me, ever since I've graduated from university, I was like, I'm moving to Joburg, but it never happens because low-key, I don't want to go there. It never happens because I don't want to go there. And I have to be honest with myself. Like, there are people I talk to who live there, and it's like, oh, okay, cool, you're managing. But, like, unless, I don't know. I don't think I can do it.
Yeah, but that's also the thing, right? Where, for me, it was seeing people hustling and bustling, and people say that's the grind, you know, blah blah blah, and I'm like, I want to be part of it, but then how do you step into it? I mean, I had even people buying me drinks upon first meeting me. It made me feel really special, which was really great.
On your birthday.
On my birthday.
On your birthday.
On my birthday.
On your birthday. Hey.
And also it was this thing where they go out late. You see, when the pandemic changed us to go out at like 9 and be back before 2 a.m. or something. I don't know what happened on your birthday. Like, that was strange for me. That would be very... I mean, to be fair, like I have been out till the sun came up recently.
Yeah.
It was tiring. That's why I'm not doing it again. Mm-hmm. But what's interesting is that I could not find my rhythm in the city, and I was only there for like just less than 2 weeks, which is not enough time to get to know a city. But Josie with me. And that's the thing. Like, it's okay for a city not to be your city. You know, my spouse Al loves it. She goes out to like 11 a.m. sometimes.
Yeah, that's commitment.
And so that's the thing. Like, it seems like the pandemic had different effects on both cities. Where in Cape Town people go out earlier, then they're home earlier. But in Joburg, people step out at like 3 a.m. That's when the party really gets going, and it confuses me.
Don't they have work the next day?
Well, normally on weekends. I mean, and also, like, maybe they're used to it. Once you get used to a certain thing, you know?
I don't know. Obviously, I haven't lived it, so I don't know. I'm definitely visiting Joburg. I think there's someone I know in Joburg.
Yeah.
Doja Cat is also coming.
Doja Cat is coming. Travis Scott is coming. Like.
Yeah, so I was thinking of doing that. Do you want to do that with me?
When's Doja Cat coming?
November? I'm not sure. I'm not quite certain.
Okay, I'm going to use my spouse's Discovery. Or I can use mine to get them early bird tickets if they're still around.
I don't know if they're still around, man. It's Doja Cat.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
It's Doja Cat.
That's true. But also, going to concerts has never been my thing.
Let's make it a thing.
Why should we make it a thing?
I don't know. Like, I just want to see her dance and perform and, like, be in her land. I don't know. It just sounds like a lot of fun. I know we're not 23 anymore, because if we were 23, we'd be like, yeah, let's go. Let me think about it. I'm still deciding if I want to go, but like, I also,
If I went, would it make you feel better about going?
Yes. Also, if you bought me tickets, that'd be also very cute.
With what money? The economy is
squeezing us.
Of you. But also, before we forget, we are cat parents.
We are.
And for me, my saddest moment was actually leaving the house and leaving the cat there. The cat is basically a house cat. If you want the house...
So you left the cat.
Yeah, if you want the house, you'll get the cat, right?
Gotta get with the
and I got to visit him last week or the week before, and he misses his daddy. I got to pick him up. The new tenants were saying he never lets us pick him up. I'm like, of course not. I'm his papa.
He doesn't know you guys.
And even if he did know you, I'm his papa, you know. And then he crawled up on my lap, and he zoned out. I mean, his belly was out in the open. He was passed out in my lap. And I also needed some kitty time.
Yeah.
That's what I realized.
Yeah.
Kitty time. That's an interesting... Basically, got my kitty time, got to love him and adore him. We watched 2 movies. I mean, the tenants are our friends, so it literally made it a lot easier.
Okay.
How's Peanut Butter?
Peanut Butter is getting fat. The motherfucker's getting fat.
Language.
All he does, he eats and sleeps. And he's so cute. Like, we obviously, like, it's winter now. Like, we cuddle. We've always cuddled. But now, like I told you, like when we last recorded, like he has this thing of wanting to go out at night.
Yep.
So I'm so angry at him, actually. He's becoming a street cat now.
Cats do that. You give them an opportunity and they take it.
He's becoming a street cat.
And like when we were young, when you saw an opportunity, you took it. Now we have risk. We are becoming risk averse.
I find myself like asking myself, where's this cat? Like, you know, like I'll be chilling and I'm like, wait a minute, I haven't seen this guy in a while. Where are you? But it's nice. And being that I work such strange hours, like I work UK times and I'm at home I'm at home awake very little of the time. Like I get home, I bath, I have like this whole night routine that I stick to, and then I'll drink my tea and I'll fall asleep and I haven't seen him. And then in the morning he'll be like meowing, and I'll be like, you've been outside the whole night, motherfucker.
Language.
Shit.
Language.
I forgot this is a family show.
And so, yeah, I mean, I think now it's onwards to bigger and greater things. I mean, Usis Tobile, the owner of the gallery, has given us the space should we need it. And I think it's coming to the end of season 1, 12 episodes in 3 months.
Episodes, and we did that. We should get a website up.
Our website is up, and
I did not know that.
so if you'd like to follow us on our website, it is ingokotheconversation.buzzsprout.com.
Sounds very long.
Well, I mean, it's a hosting site, so we have to include the hosting site, which is Buzzsprout.
Okay.
And also within that, you can check out all the episodes. You can actually send us, messages. And also, if you'd like, you can also support us. There's a support us page. And also, please follow us and keep downloading because the downloads are looking sexy.
Are they?
Looking sexy.
I don't even get a chance to look at because I am a big analytics person because, well, what with being a writer and all of that, I really do enjoy seeing people engaging with the content. It makes me feel so seen.
Yeah.
And I have had people from my workplace being like, "Oh, I heard you have a podcast. Can we listen to it?" And I was like, "Go and download it. Go and listen to it." And some of them like, "Oh, hey, how's Peanut Butter?" And Peanut Butter is a star.
Yep.
People don't even know what he looks like, and they're like, "Yeah, we fucks with this cat." But yeah, so I'm definitely going to start telling a lot more people about it.
Yeah.
I think in the beginning I was like, I'm not sure what to make of it. It did feel like a little art project of mine, just my little baby on the side from my normal routine. But I think it has the potential to grow into something that is actually very much a part of the near future.
Yeah, and so I think especially within this art space, with the exhibitions and artists, I think in season 2 we can actually finally begin looking at interviewing people.
Are we brainstorming live?
Oh, we're brainstorming live.
Crazy.
Bringing in people, artists, thinkers, writers, just in terms of their perspectives on the world, because I think people are going to start getting tired soon of ours.
Should we get we don't have an Instagram page. How are we doing that?
Oh, so we have a YouTube page.
Okay.
We have, on Spotify, we're live on Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, all these other sorts of sites which you can actually look up on the website, ingokotheconversation.buzzsprout.com.
Nice.
I love advertising.
You love advertising.
It tickles me so nicely.
Marketing.
Gotta love it. And so from there, I will set up the Instagram page, we can set up a Facebook page, but I feel like I don't have the forewithal of managing a Facebook page.
I'll see what I can do. After this trip, maybe my energy levels will be high because I'll be love drunk.
Oh, gotta love that.
And then when I get back, I think I can take time to see what I can do about Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And then you can just manage the website if that's what you're into.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good to me. And also, I like to post quirky photos. I mean, I haven't posted on Instagram in a while, but it's funny how I'm able to manage others.
I think going into season 2, we might have a lot to work on in terms of our own personal brand as Ingoko, which is very important for exposure.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I mean, right now, just to give you a live update, the cafe is currently making the coffee downstairs. Ooh, there's a delicious menu of a wide array and assortments of goodies.
Shut up.
It tickles me. And also at this moment right now, we are currently photographing the exhibition and installation. So feel free to come down. It's on 167 Long Market Street. And just come say hi. And we will be here hopefully every week.
I will. I'll definitely show face here every week.
And so with that, humans, we will bid you adieu from Siseko
and Apure.
Thank you for joining us once again, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.